Hi students, it's Ms. Boley here. I just wanted to do a quick video about watercolor materials. So you're going to need some watercolor paints. Most of you will likely have a palette like this one. So if you notice, it has a bunch of different colors. Some of them have more colors than others. And notice that there is no white paint in this palette. So you don't need to have a white paint. That's fine. That's how watercolor is. I would also, if possible, recommend getting some brushes. It's nice to have one medium-sized brush, like this one, and then a smaller brush that you can use for detail. The quality of the brush doesn't matter so much, but the quality of the brushes that come with the watercolor set are usually not very good, so it's nice to have some others to work with as well. You'll notice, I guess, if you go shopping for watercolors that some of them come in different forms. So they might be in little blocks like those ones, or they might come in tubes like this. And you can work with any of those, but I think the most common set is the first one I showed. You're also going to need something to mix your paint on, so a palette. The one on the left is like an actual art palette, and then this one here is just a lid from my recycling. If your palette has a lid attached to it, that could be used for mixing paint as well. So you just need something, a plastic lid is fine to mix your paints on. And then there are some other materials that are nice to have. So one of those is watercolor paper. You can just use your visual journal, but watercolor paper is specifically made to be able to have water on it, and the paper won't warp and buckle as much. So if you notice, look how on the close-up of this watercolor paper, it's bumpy and it's a little bit thicker. So those bumps are where the water can pool, and that's why it's nice to have watercolor. I always look for cold press watercolor paper. There's also hot press watercolor paper, and I find cold press is better for people that are learning watercolor. So that is it. You'll need the paint palette, some brushes if possible, a palette for mixing, and paper if you can find it. Thank you so much for watching.